What is going on, everybody? It's Jamie, and welcome to the channel Thrift-Onfire. Today's going to be a what sold video, what sold for me recently on eBay, Depop, and Poshmark. I still haven't made a single sale on Grailed yet. I plan on spending a bunch of time Wednesday afternoon getting it all ready and pretty much try to flood the market a little bit over there. And I wound up getting a phone call. And normally when I'm out here working in the shed, I have my phone either on Do Not Disturb, have the sound off, and maybe, just on vibrate or something. But I got a phone call and another phone call and then a voicemail, and I'm like, maybe I should check this. It seems important. Well, it was my buddy calling me saying that he got gifted a pair of tickets to the Toronto Maple Leafs game 2 of the Leafs and Panthers, and wondered if I could go. I actually said no and said, well, wait, how much time do I have to make up my mind? Because it was very last minute. It was like, I think it was like 2:33 in the afternoon, something like that. And I planned on working till about 8 o'clock at night. And he said like about 30 minutes. So I hung up the phone. I did some quick thinking, and I'm like, you know what? When am I going to get a chance to do this ever again and at a zero buy cost? So obviously, I did go. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I've posted a little bit about it. Or a little bit. I tried to stay off my phone for the most part. I think I just posted that I was there and a couple pictures. We had a good time, I obviously drove. I bought some beers and stuff. I told him, you got a horseshoe up your butt today. You're not paying for anything. So it was a really good time. And I thanked him very, for thinking of me, even to take me in the first place. That was awesome. So yeah, that was a good thing that happened this week. A bad thing that happened today, though, was I went out to hit some garage sales this morning. It's when I'm filming this, it's Saturday morning. And I went to a community yard sale. It's one I've been to many times. I've seen a lot of the same stuff that I had seen in prior years. Less people outside, actually having yard sales. And I walked away with nothing. Went to another little town close to me after about an hour of just walking around, finding nothing. I did find some CDs. I think I found 19 CDs for...
They can do it this way, but unfortunately, and it never really worked from the very beginning. I don't know why. Yeah, I should have probably returned it. I'd given it to the grandkids for when they were younger. Yeah. And now, this is adjustable, the height. Oh, okay. So if this little dude wants to play, you can take off the legs up to here. So they just screw on. And the supports for here are all, everything gets put underneath, there's snaps in, so you can carry these. And but like I said, this can be put down lower by this much, because this gets screwed in.
So, what do I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
19? So,
Silas, I need you to be.
so you were one shy.
I have not had coffee. Okay.
So,
I have not had any.
what is that? 3 times?
Also at work late and then
$12?
didn't get to
Yep, that seems fine to me.
Even if I just sold those in my booth individually for $4, it'd probably be like $70, $75, $76, something like that. In CDs, if I sell them that way. I think if I could bundle some of these up, there's some pretty good stuff in here. I think there's a bunch of Blink-182 ones, even going back to the very first album. Not to say that's like, it's probably a reissue or something. It's not like the old one, but still, there's some pretty good stuff in here that I think I can lot of and make way better money than $4 a piece on. So I'll probably do that. That was the only thing I found all day. I did stumble back into Tillsonburg, Ontario, which is where our Spawn stuff is. So our other business, went to another community yard sale there in like a retirement community. I have found stuff there in the past. Today just was not my day. I hit probably, I'm going to guess I hit 30 yard sales in about 3 hours and came up with 19 CDs. So it wasn't a great yard sale day. There won't be a yard sale video this week. I will be working on that for the future. I imagine I'll probably edit in, the CDs into this video when I was talking about them. I don't think I'll hold on to those for a future video. That was kind of the plan today when I found those. I was like, oh, maybe I'll just piece together a bunch of yard sales over time. But it's really cool to find those, but it's not really a huge score either. It's just sort of like something that's fun for me, and it will sell good in my booth, or I might have like a, one thing in there that's really good. I have no idea until I go completely through them, but still worth it to pick it up with the booth, obviously, because I can sell them pretty cheap and still make some money. Anyways, thought I'd get you caught up on what's kind of going on right now with me, and let's pull some orders. Kicking it off today with an eBay sale, and it looks like we have sold an Albert Einstein vintage t-shirt, okay? I think I got this one from the $800 clothing buy, and I actually just moved it to Grailed, but don't get too excited about it. It did not sell on this platform. It sold on eBay. It just happens to be one of the ones. I haven't cross-listed too many. I think 4 t-shirts and a jacket. I still need to move some stuff. We had some family stuff come up, so I haven't had a chance to move any more yet. You can see actually still have a green sticker telling me to move this out of my SKU system into my new SKU, which would have been Grailed. But for this guy, $60 USD. I had it listed a little higher. When I moved this to Grail, I also realized this was still for some reason on eBay.ca, so I moved it to .com. Somebody offered me $60. I think I had it listed around 75, something like that. 65 or 60 USD is totally fine for that. Next, Planet Hollywood Toronto. This is a vintage 90s shirt. It's supposed to be in Facebook Marketplace right here. This one, I feel like I don't remember where I got it. I feel like the Goodwill bins, maybe, oh, actually, I think it was maybe actually Goodwill, but this came from my local Goodwill. And I thought it would be a better shirt, single stitch, Toronto, made in Canada. Got it a little while ago. Still pulled $20 USD out of this one. That was an offer as well, but not bad. I think that's pretty decent, honestly. On a, you know, I think I would have probably paid just under $5 Canadian. Flipping that into $20 USD, still well worth it for me. Let's get the skeptic back in here. Next, struggling with the bin. Next, a basketball card, 2021-22. I just put a SAR. I think it's maybe Alexander. Let's take a look at the card here. I just pulled this from the house. It is a numbered card. 50 of 17 of 50. Alexander SAR. Okay, this is a Topps card as well. What is this one? Overtime Elite or something like that. Yeah, not a lot, but still happy with it. $16.20 USD on that card right there. Next, a jersey. I took an offer. This was listed at $39 USD. Took $32, a very specific number, $32.50 USD. Youth XL, large XL. Would have picked this up for under $10. It's so hard to say because some were $6.99, some were around $10 when I was buying them all the time. So flipping that into 32 and change USD, still a pretty good flip, honestly, for brand new tags. Jersey, youth jersey is the only reason why it's not worth, you know, at least double that, but they still do sell. Next, we're going to move to Poshmark.ca. This is a jersey, soccer jersey that I got in part of the $4,000 card buy, but prior to that one, I bought a bunch of soccer jerseys. This one, okay, Manchester United Adidas, does have the tag up here. Let's see, let's take a look in the corner. This tag right here, right, that's the one most people want the code off of, and that's where they're looking for to authenticate it, which is good. Okay, Fernandez, this one we got $46 Canadian on Poshmark.ca. Pretty happy with that. Let's get this round of orders out of here. Another round of orders. We were going to start with Depop this time. A pair of Asics. These sold for $27 USD on Depop. They're right here. I forget the exact model, but these are like an orthopedic shoe for sure. All black, really nice condition. Like I said, we wound up getting $27 USD on Depop. I sold another pair of shoes on Depop. This time it's a pair of Kenneth Coles. I believe this came from that big garage buyout where I got a whole bunch of stuff, but most notably I think are all the Shrek stickers that we've sold over and over, which by the way, my mom was cleaning out building behind us here, behind me, and found a whole nother tote of them that I didn't realize I had. So probably see some more Shrek stickers sooner than later. These are unlisted Kenneth Cole shoes right here. I assume these were from a big box retailer, like maybe Target, something like that. These we did get $23.40 USD plus shipping. Okay, so starting it off with a couple pair of shoes for this round. Next, we're going to move back to eBay.com, and it's a pair of Adidas shoes. Is it Drumbo RC? Is that the Drumbo? Oops. Get into the habit of dropping things here. Yeah, brand new in box. You know, tags have been removed, but you know, size 10. Had these for a while. Had them listed super high for quite a while too. Did accept, I believe, an offer of 34 USD, which is, when I looked it up, it's about $54 roughly Canadian right now. I think I paid about $20 Canadian, so I'm still making some money. Just want to move these guys out of here more than anything, just to make room for some more stuff. Next, a t-shirt. This came from the $800 clothing buy. Looks like we're going to be going into the clothing. What did I write here? CL2 clothing 2. It's a Fleetwood Mac. It's a modern shirt. I'll throw the listing up potentially. In the listing, it might say the year. It's really a double-sided print. I think the listing I put all over print. It's technically probably not all over print, but double-sided. See if I can find it. It's a Disney shirt. So it is a tour, like I said, it is a tour shirt. It's just a more modern one. All right, there, Fleetwood Mac, right there in concert. The second, like I said, I can't remember what year this one is, but modern for sure. $11 and change, I think. I will verify that. I think it's about $12 roughly. $11.99 USD. It's again, just moving it out. And for the last one in this round, it's going to be Poshmark.ca, and it's a Foo Fighters shirt. It's a break a leg shirt. It's when Dave Grohl broke his leg. I think I had this listed for more like $38, 35, 38 Canadian, accepted 25, and it looks like we're going to the VH bin. Really cool shirt. It's definitely a modern shirt. It's just a interesting modern shirt. I do think over time this shirt probably will be more valuable. So again, we'll have to dig around and try to find it, but you know, for the time being, we're gonna move it out. There we are, right there. Break a leg, Foo Fighters shirt. Like I said, $25 Canadian on this one. Let's get this round of orders out of here. All right, I had a couple more sales trickle in, so we're gonna pull those as well. I did wind up pulling this up to the top because it was way in the bottom. Okay, Detroit Pistons. It's a vintage. I think this one's like Twins. What's the actual brand? Yeah, Twins. Made in Taiwan. Nice hat. Bought this from one of my buddies for $5 Goodwill bins. Buddies, it's got a little bit of like, I could just never get it clean enough on the bill there. But otherwise, a nice enough hat. We did get $17.98 USD. Like I said, that is an offer. It was listed just slightly higher. I think closer to about 20 bucks. And that was a relist. If you notice, the sold pictures are my new current hat photos from, I believe, in here against this wall. So I did do a relist. I had it listed much higher, but never sold it. So relisting it at a better price, around $20 USD. Taking an offer of $17 and change, and we actually made the sale. Okay, so these hats, a lot of these vintage hats are still, for me, worth selling. You know, that one in particular, I did probably pay $5 for, so I'm paying it up for it. I know, you know, not that big of a deal, but for the most part, I would try to pay $1 or less for most hats, unless they are really good hats. The hat's okay for sure, not the best. And then we are going to close it out with a Depop sale here, and it is this Bauer Team Canada hockey jersey. Also an offer. I think it was listed around 30 US, and this is just a practice jersey, and I did accept an offer of $25 USD on Depop. Very happy about that, getting that out of here. The other thing this week that has changed for me, or here at the end of the week that has changed for me, you guys will see this on Monday, but for me it's sort of end of week. This round of orders, I've actually shipped everything out with Canada Post using just eBay labels. I'm going to try to avoid going to London for a couple of weeks probably. The biggest reason why Stallion Express is so appealing to me was the third-party labels. So at the moment, with the rates that eBay is actually giving for shipping, doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me to drive up there just for that, unless I want to go to the Goodwill bins. At the moment, I don't want to go to the Goodwill bins. Or not that I don't want to, I just don't need to. Not that I had a good yard sale weekend, but I do have lots of other things I could do that'd be more productive than wasting that much time you know, on my Monday morning. So I'm gonna just stick around here, gonna avoid the bins for maybe, I don't know, I might go once a week or once a month. I have no idea, but for now I am shipping with Canada Post labels. It went really well. The only thing that becomes a little bit difficult are things outside of eBay, like for instance Depop. I did have to find an alternative. I did get, you know, a cheaper rate than just regular Canada Post rate for sure, but you know, that's going to hurt a little bit. I think also if I have any really big items that I do sell, at the moment, I don't really have a lot of big items listed, like a larger little, this is a small karaoke machine, but it's a little bigger, a receiver, a VCR, those type of items. Stallion Express really saves you a lot of money on. Sometimes if you get something that's going super far away and it's heavy, they can also use couriers that are going to save you a lot more money than Canada Post. But with the stuff that I shipped out this week, I just decided to give it a try, to go back to regular old eBay labels. And you know what? It seems to be working out pretty good. I'll let you know if that changes. There's also a potential of a strike coming up. I think they're in a legal strike position again the end of the month, maybe even next week. So that might change everything. It'll have to go back to Stallion Express. Like I say, I don't have an issue with them whatsoever. It's just, I don't know that it's worth driving an hour there and an hour back if I can't use them for Poshmark labels, like Poshmark US. That's all I'm getting at. So for now, I think we're going to end this video. I'll update you on my shipping situation, you know, in an upcoming video if things change. But for now, we're going to end this one right here. If you guys like videos like this, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing for more content. We'll see you guys soon.